Welcome to Sky Lectures. My name is Omoshen Samuel, but my students call me Sky. Now let's look at latitude and longitude. I must tell you that before you can understand latitude and longitude, you must have listened to sine and cosine rule. You must have listened to length of an arc or sector, and I expect you to have listened to what bearing as well. Now take a good look at this, latitude and longitude. Let's start with latitude. Now what do we mean by latitude? That is a very important question. Here I said any slice, I repeat, any slice through the X horizontally is what we call what? Latitude. Let this represent the Earth's surface. Can you see? This represents the Earth's surface. We all know that the Earth, we can assume it to be spherical in shape. Now take a good look at this. I said any slice through the Earth horizontally. That means if you decide to slice the Earth horizontally, any slice through the Earth horizontally is what we refer to as what? Latitude. Now consider this figure below. This is referred to as the Earth surface. Now look at this horizontal slice. Remember that the Earth surface has what? The North Pole, we have the South Pole, we have the East, we have the West. Now look at this horizontal slice. This is what we mean by horizontal slice. Slice on the Earth surface horizontally. These are what we refer to as what? Latitude. Okay, good. So any slice through the Earth horizontally is what we call what? Latitude. So all you need to do is pay attention to what? The poles. The North Pole, the South, the East, and the West. And take a good look at the slice on the Earth's surface. If it is horizontal in nature, then that means that what? We are talking about what? Latitude. Now, having understood latitude, let's now look at the measurement of what? Latitude. Now look at this diagram carefully. You can see that we still have the horizontal slice, which shows that what? We are dealing with what? Latitude. But look at this center here, this horizontal center here. You will see that what? We have the West, we have the East, and we can refer to this as what? The equator. I repeat, we can refer to this as what? The equator, that is at the middle of the Earth's surface horizontally. We can refer to that as what? The equator. Now, from the equator, we can call it what? 0 degree at that center of the Earth's surface. That is sliced at the center, which we call the equator. We can tag it as what? 0 degree. Now, since we are talking about measurement of latitude, how is it done? One thing you must pay attention to is that what? Each time you talk about measurement of latitude, it is measured either towards the north or towards the south. Take note of that. The measurement of latitude is either towards the north or towards the south. Now, look at this. From the equator, we assume it to be what? 0 degree. Now, if we measure towards the north, that means it will increase outward towards the north. That is why you will notice that what we have here is 30, followed by what? 60, followed by what? 80. Can you see? It is an increase towards the north. That means at this point, we are trying to measure towards what? The north. But as I said earlier, dealing with measurement of latitude, it can be done towards the north or towards the south. Now, if we were to look at it towards the south, the equator still stands as 0 degree. Now, if you measure it towards the south, there is what? An increase towards the south. Now, look at the increase. The first one here is 30, followed by what? 60. Moving towards the south, followed by what? 80. You can see that it increases outwardly towards what? The south. That means if you are measuring towards the south, but if you want to measure towards the north, it increases outwardly as well. That means there is an increase towards the north, there is an increase towards the south. So this is what we mean by the measurement of latitude. You need to pay attention to that fact, that latitude is measured either towards the north or towards the south. Latitude is never measured towards the east or west, no, not at all. But take note of the fact that I did not represent any of this latitude above 90 degrees. No. Why? Look at this. I said, note that what? The measurement of latitude is from where? 0 degree, which is at the equator, towards 90 degree. Is from where? 0 degree, which is at the equator, to where? 90 degree. That is why here I will not have like 120 degree for latitude. No. I will not have like 150 degree for latitude. No. Can you see it now? No, not at all. That is why it is 30, 60, 80. I can have like 85. I can have like 89. Can you see it now? So it's from 0 degree to what? 90 degree. So dealing with latitude, let me just try to do what? To refresh a little. Dealing with latitude, it is a slice horizontally. That is one. The measurement is either towards the north or towards the south. And this measurement increases from the equator either towards the north or perhaps it can as well increase from the same equator either towards what? The south. But one thing is certain. The measurement of latitude is what? From 0 degree to 90 degree. Having understood latitude, now let's talk about what? Longitude. Here I said any slice through the earth vertically is what we call what? Longitude. Any slice through the earth vertically is what we now refer to as what? Longitude. Now look at this. This is a simple representation of the earth's surface. Now you can see that the slice is what? Vertically. Vertically. No longer horizontally. No. But rather vertically. Can you see? Vertically. So these are what we refer to as what? Longitude. Can you see now? A slice. Vertical slice on the earth's surface is what we refer to as what? Longitude. However, we are still dealing with what? The same earth's surface, which still has the same number of poles. We have the north, we have the south, we have the east, we have the west. Can you see? We have the north, the south, the east, the west. But something is very clear. And what is it? Latitude is a slice that is what? Vertically. Can you see? A vertical slice on the earth's surface. That is what we refer to as what? Longitude. Longitude is what? A vertical slice on the earth's surface. While latitude is what? An horizontal slice on what? On the earth's surface. Now, still dealing with longitude. Now let's look at the measurement of longitude. Take a good look at this diagram again. Remember that what? For this longitude, we still have what? The north, the south, the east, the west. This is the earth's surface. Good. Now, when dealing with latitude, I said at the horizontal slice here, at the center, that is the horizontal, the center, we refer to it as the equator. But for the longitude, this vertical center here, look at it, is referred to as the Greenwich meridian. I repeat, we refer to it as what? The Greenwich meridian. Now, as I said, that longitude is what? Is a slice on the earth's surface in a vertical direction. Now, look at this. How then do we measure longitude? The measurement of longitude is either towards the east or towards the west. Take note of that. The measurement of longitude is either towards the east or towards the west. But whichever way, the increase is outward as well. You can see this is 30, followed by 60. You can have 80. I must tell you, you can have 90. I must tell you as well, you can have 120, 150. There is a reason for that. The reason is because of the fact that what? When dealing with longitude, the measurement of longitude is from 0 degree to what? 180 degree. That is why you can have 120, 150. But that does not change the fact that it is still what? From the Greenwich meridian to what? How it works. Can you see? Either towards the east or towards the what? West. So this one here, you see, look at it. Take note of this. This diagram here, this should touch this. That should be what? 30. Why this should touch this? This is what? 60. Take note of that. That is a simple correction. So it starts from the, can you see? Here is what? 30. The increment is what? Outward. So we have 30 here, we have what? 60. Here we have 30, we have 60. So it increases outward. Can you see it now? The increment is done towards the east. While this one, the increment is done towards where? The west. And as I said, you can have 90, you can have 100, you can have 120, you can have 160, 170. Why? Because the measurement of longitude is from where? 0 degree to what? 180 degree. That is the major difference between longitude and latitude. For latitude, what we have this center here is the equator. For longitude, what we have here is referred to as the Greenwich meridian. For latitude, the slice is horizontal. For longitude, the slice is what? Vertical. For latitude, the measurement is from 0 degree to 90 degree. For longitude, the measurement is for what? 0 degree to 180. For latitude, the measurement is towards the north or towards the south. While for longitude, the measurement is either towards the east or towards the what? West. Take note of this. That means whenever you see an angle with the pole east or with the pole west, you should know that that speaks of longitude. But whenever you see an angle with what? With the pole north or south, that speaks of what? Latitude. So I want you to look at this carefully. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you very much.